I guess first off, just to
Yeah.
take us through that goal and what it means to you to score such an important goal for this team so early in the time.
Yeah, I mean, going into halftime, we talked about being a bit more aggressive, having our midfielders a bit higher, and just getting more numbers in the box as well, you know? So, yeah, when the play was developing and it was up the right side, yeah, I just kind of do what I do, you know, just crank up the engine, you know, and then just, I don't know, I found a burst of energy and got around the midfielder in front of me, beat him to the spot, knowing that ball could possibly come in, and thankfully it did, and, you know, I just did what I could to get a foot on it, and luckily it went through Zach's legs, and yeah, it was a goal.
So in terms of just, I mean, you know, 3 games into your time with this team, I'm kind of interested.
Yeah.
To score a goal of this much meaning for this fan base and all that. What does it mean for you?
It was exciting. It was exciting for sure. Just the whole build up to the play, and then getting my foot on there, and then being in front of, you know, the supporters of 3252 and having the wall, you know, with black and gold. It was just exciting, and then Denny's right there, you know. So yeah, it was just a burst of adrenaline, you know, and you know, a lot of joy as well. So yeah. Yeah, just kind of pointed to the badge and pointed to them, just to let them know that I'm here with them now, you know. So that's just all it was. So, yeah.
I feel like you answered my question. It was going to be about the celebration of what it meant to you and
Yeah.
what you think about
Yeah. Yeah, listen, with the transition, you know, everyone has their thoughts about it. It's part of the game. Players come and go, but it was a perfect moment to show that I'm here with you now, right? And my commitment is with you. So, you know, I thought it was a perfect celebration in the moment. So that's what it was. Yeah.
Mark, stoppage around the 80-something minutes. What
Yeah.
was some derogatory language said? Did you hear anything? Do you know
I have
anything?
no idea. I didn't know what was going on. No idea at all what was going on. I was kind of confused as to what was happening. And then I guess something was said. I'm not too sure what was said. Yeah, that's all.
The game plan coming in here, what was the idea, knowing that you are down a goal, but you get that 1-0 win and you win on away goals? How do you kind of approach that game?
Yeah, listen, we got a big goal by Aaron in Colorado in difficult conditions, and, you know, we left with our heads high, knowing that we come back home now in front of our fans. And this is a very difficult place to play, knowing, you know, I've been on the other side of it. But now being on this side and having that support, you know, it's really special. And we wanted to, you know, just bring the energy and stay on top of them the whole game. Not let them get too comfortable, but definitely just put them under pressure the whole game. And you know, the first half wasn't pretty, but the second half we picked it up. The energy rose, and we were definitely on top of them a lot more, for
You
sure.
mentioned the celebration as well.
Yeah.
What about the post-game rituals after I saw you on the microphone? What is that like?
It's different. It's different. It's cool. I just got to get used to it. I don't know. You know, yeah, it's multiple times. I thought it was just a few times, but it's exciting. You know, once I get it down, it'll be a lot better for sure. But I enjoy it. It's exciting for sure. And then with, you know, the teammates, the kids, it's awesome. It's definitely wholesome. Yeah.
Steve said you were the missing piece that LAFC needed. Why
Okay.
has it been so easy for you, and what are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm not doing anything different. I play my game. I cover ground. I play it very simple. I try to do things when the opportunity's there, and, you know, eventually now have 2 championships underneath my belt, and now, you know, the opportunity arose to come here, and Steve was definitely vocal in his belief in me and, you know, my style of play that would be perfect for them, and definitely going forward definitely can build, you know, a group with me being an important player. So yeah, you know, it's just been really easy, you know, just they let me do my thing, I'm a player who likes to learn as well, so I'm not, blocking out any information coming from them. So it's definitely an easy back and forth conversation when anything comes up. So when we get on the field, it's just it's go time, right? So whatever happens, and yeah, that's all it is.
How do you see the matchup with Columbus?
It's going to be a good game. I mean, they love to play. I don't think they'll sit back too much like Colorado and Minnesota did our last 2 games. They're definitely going to want to play. So it'll be good. It'll be a good challenge, and we're definitely up for it. Yeah.
Did you feel any resistance from the fan base in that? Oh, he's a Galaxy guy. That type of thing?
Not really. I'm sure there was. I'm not really like on social media like that. I'll post and I'll get off, right? It comes with the job, Yeah. If there is, it's not a big deal. I'm sure my performances will win people over. So that's all it is. It's part of the job. It's all right. I'll take the punches. It's good. Yeah. Yeah.
Primero, felicitarte por el buen rendimiento y bueno, ¿qué análisis haces de la victoria?
Nada, creo que fue un partido complicado. Sabíamos que no iba a ser fácil, sabíamos que eran un buen equipo, pero lo fuimos llevando a poco a poco nos fuimos adaptando a lo que era el partido y pudimos sacar la victoria.
Tanto en el primer partido de la MLS como en este fuiste uno de los jugadores con mayor protagonismo. ¿Cómo se siente sabiendo que este mes vuelven las eliminatorias, tomando 2 más por ahí?
Nada, con confianza y trabajando cada día más, que es lo que me piden los jugadores, lo que me pide el director técnico, y nada, no me voy a rendir, voy a seguir trabajando, a seguir sumando minutos para poder ayudar al equipo.
Justamente a propósito de Batista, ¿has tenido algún contacto una vez? ¿Te han llamado? ¿Estás como pendiente y sabes que de pronto te pueden llamar a la convocatoria?
La verdad no he tenido ningún contacto, pero nada, voy a trabajar para que puedan llamarme y así representar a mi país.
Bueno, y por último, con la Champions, el próximo rival es Columbus Crew. ¿Cómo pensar desde ya? Van partido a partido, pero también pensando en un objetivo importante.
Sí, bueno, vamos, como dices, de partido a partido. Sabemos que son un buen equipo, pero tenemos buenos jugadores, sabemos lo que podemos dar y vamos a trabajar para eso.
Gracias.
Gracias.
¿Otra pregunta?
David, ¿cómo ves el equipo con la temporada ya empezando, estos partidos un poco difíciles, Copa América, ahora la CONCACAF? ¿Cómo ves el equipo y cómo lo estás acomodando?
Sí, bueno, para hacer los primeros partidos hemos estado muy bien. Veo el equipo muy compacto, muy unido, que creo que es lo más importante, y sobre todo se ve dentro de la cancha, y nada, vamos a seguir trabajando esa unión para poder sacar los resultados.
En lo personal es un buen partido, también hacer una asistencia para el triunfo del equipo.
Sí, darle gracias a Dios por la asistencia, por la victoria y por el trabajo de mis compañeros, que fue excelente.
Hermano, en esta competencia hay varios equipos mexicanos presentes. ¿Qué opinas del nivel que han mostrado estos equipos? Y que bueno, hay una gran posibilidad de que se los puedan tapar en la siguiente fase.
Sí, sabemos que hay buenos equipos mexicanos, tanto como el MLS, pero somos un buen equipo, sabemos lo que vamos a dar y vamos a buscar siempre la victoria.
Steve, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
A couple of questions, if I could. First, on Mark Delgado, when John put this team together, I know he's looking for a lot of different things, but I think with Delgado, he got like experience, veteran leadership, and we've already seen him, make an impact in 2 games. And I wonder if you could talk a little bit about what he brings. And then the second question is, that delay near the end of the game, we understand there was some derogatory comments made. Do you have anything to say about what happened there?
Yeah, Marky. When we look scout players, and obviously scouting domestically is easy. We see guys all the time, especially Marky. There are certain characteristics we look for in players who are winners, players who can play both sides of the ball. MLS experience. We were going through a little transition on our roster, trying to get a little younger, but you still need some experience in the middle of the park. And Marky kind of was that piece to the puzzle that put it all together. So we're very happy he's with us, and he's fit in very well. Comes to work with a smile on his face and works hard, and hasn't really needed much time at all to kind of figure our way of playing out. So we couldn't be happier. I think one of Colorado's player had heard something, a word that bothered him, and he thought it was directed towards him. I don't know exactly what was said. I was on the sideline, so I'm sure referees will write a report, and then we'll figure it out from there. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if players hear something and they can't play, we want to support the players and play the match. So we'll let referees and CONCACAF figure that one out.
Thank you.
Hey, Steve, a couple things. First off, on that comment, our understanding is that it came from Valencia. If it came, is that your understanding?
That is also my understanding, yeah.
Okay. The Colorado did a nice job of keeping things tight. Well-organized defense. What do you expect from a Chris Armas team? Just in terms of dealing with that, and then finding your opening there at the beginning of the second half.
Sorry. I think yes, Colorado did what they needed to do in the first half, and I think they played a good game last week in Denver. I thought we contributed to their efforts defensively by moving the ball a little too slow, not attacking the spaces we talked about before the game, and then also just kind of handing them a few gifts, trying to jam it up the middle. When we tell players before the game, that's just not what we want to do, and players go out and do the exact opposite. It's always going to be difficult. Thankfully, we weren't punished for it. In the second half, it was much better, and I thought we were much more dangerous and had more control of the game. For me, it felt like it was only a matter of time, and that's what happened. So I was quite happy with the second half, but not the first, and we'll learn from that and try to improve.
Steve, Oscar with BC Films. Great win at home. Congratulations for that. Maybe it wasn't the best game play in a while from LAFC. What do you take from today's game? And I would like to know a little bit more about what are your thoughts about your next opponent, Columbus Crew, for the next match?
Mm-hmm. I mean, there are many reasons why players are not at their best. You start the season last Tuesday, not ideal conditions. Turn around, play an MLS game. Now again Saturday, and then again Tuesday. That's a lot of games for small rosters at the beginning of the season, and we've leaned on pretty much the same group each of these 3 games. That's one explanation. I think also give Colorado a little credit too. They made it difficult on us, and our players weren't able to find those solutions. I also felt maybe in the first 20 minutes our players looked a little nervous, to be honest with you. That I can't explain. That's a question for the players. But we settled in nicely in the second half, and I think got the job done. I think at this stage in the season, it's more about getting the results you need, and if performances are not where we need them to be, we'll improve on that. Putting performances and results together can come later, and you're going to need some rest for that too. Part of it is physical. Yeah. The Crew, team we know, an excellent team, won at home a couple days ago, so they're off and running as well. It's always a handful, offensive, have many tools that can break you down. A team who would dominate possession and controls game with the ball. We can do the opposite, so it should be a good matchup, and certainly it's a team that we want to beat. But I'm looking forward to it.
Steve over here, a couple from me. Colorado came out in a 4-3-3, which was different from them. Did that influence some of the difficulty that you had in the early going?
Yeah, it's kind of a hybrid. It's more of just them prioritizing some spaces defensively that they felt were vulnerable after the first game. So Chris reacted to what happened in game 1. Our guys couldn't react fast enough in half 1 to really make a difference. They didn't have to. And we found the vulnerable spaces, and we're able to capitalize. And so, surprises, no. Teams will always react if you're playing them in multiple matches. We do the same. And there's nothing, I have no rules against the players actually finding solutions on the field without me telling them at halftime.
As far as David Martinez, he was the only change you made to the starting lineup from the first leg. Obviously comes up with the assist. He tried to be influential on the field. What did you make of his overall performance on the night?
Yeah, he was active, which is great. David is not good when he's static and kind of sits in his position. He was very active. I think at times roaming a little too much. I think we talk about positional integrity is important for our model and the way we want to score goals. And if one person is consistently missing in spots where he needs to be, then you're having two players do kind of the same thing, and we don't need that. So, learning a little more along the lines of staying in his position when we're in an attacking phase will help and will improve also his game. So we'll work with him with that so he can improve. But overall, a very active and energetic game that we like to see. And David, when he's on the field, he is prolific, whether it's setting goals up or scoring himself. And he's continuing, and that's very important for an attacker.
Lastly, for me, you're not giving up many chances. Hugo didn't have to make a save until after the 90th minute against Minnesota, and no saves tonight, no shots on target. What do you owe this early success defensively really limiting the opposition to?
Me being a pain in the ass in training? No, it's really the effort of the players. It's some basic defensive part of the game for us is black and white. There's no gray area, and the offensive game is where creativity comes in, and there's not maybe clear solutions for players. That's why they're out there and their names on the back of their jerseys. We look to their experiences and their creativity to figure some things out. But defensively, we have clear rules, and right now the players are staying disciplined, following the rules, and not conceding many chances, as you pointed out.
Coach, congrats on the win. First couple matches, 60% plus possession, 500 plus passes completed, and they kind of turned it around on you today and did what we've done, or what you've done for the first couple matches. Was this a tactical change? Did you come in trying to slow the ball down a little bit more, or what do you think kind of led to that?
Probably the scoreline. I don't have the possession numbers in the first half, but I imagine they're pretty equal. And then once you score in a two-leg series, it changes the dynamic of the game completely. And we had a few really good counterattack moments to close it out, and then I don't think there would be as stressful in the end as it was. But I think the scoreline changed that stat for us. Otherwise, I think it would have been close to 50-50 or maybe a little advantage for us.
I got two more questions right there. Front.
Good evening, Coach, and congratulations on the win. Your team obviously did a great job by not only getting the goal to advance to the next round, but to also keep Rapids from not scoring. What were some of the key factors that led to your team to getting this result, to advancing?
Yeah, I think a combination of good defensive work as a group, either pressing together or in a lower block, nothing in between, which got caught a few times against Colorado and at Minnesota, against Minnesota a couple of days ago. And then I think in the second half, our effort going forward and creating a few more chances with the ball, those were the differences tonight. And, I felt that in most parts of the game we were always a little closer to scoring, with the exception of maybe the first 10 minutes. And so I think that those combined areas led us to victory tonight.
Last question.
Aaron Long left at halftime. His situation, and do you have a feel yet for the weekend, or is it too early?
Regarding Aaron? Yeah, precautionary. So no injury to report, just precautionary. He usually turns things around quickly, but I have to wait until tomorrow to find out for this weekend. But since there's no injury, I'm certainly optimistic and hopeful.
And he said tightness.
Yeah, that's the information I have.
Is that thigh or?
No, a little lower.
Bueno, sabíamos que era un partido difícil y nosotros teníamos ahí el resultado atrás, pero la fuerza de nuestro equipo demostró nuestra concentración y nuestra capacidad, con humildad y mucho trabajo también, y bueno, aprovechando las oportunidades, hemos logrado esta clasificación.
¿Cómo fue la semana? Primero tuvieron el debut en la MLS, un partido difícil,
Sí.
y ahora se jugaron una clasificación importante. ¿Cómo lo vivieron? ¿Cómo lo trabajaron?
Tiene que manejar bien porque cuando tiene muchos partidos así dentro de pocos días, tiene que recuperar rápido para estar listo para jugar. Hemos vivido de una manera intensa, pero también con la esperanza de lograr la clasificación. Y bueno, y gracias a Dios tuvimos el éxito de la clasificación y entonces ahora estamos ya enfocados para los próximos pasos.
Bueno, justamente el próximo paso en este torneo es frente al Columbus Crew. ¿Cómo empezar a analizarlo desde ya? Si bien todavía faltan días, también hay que tener el foco en ese partido.
Ahora es partido a partido y step by step para ya con calma hacer lo que tiene para hacer en el próximo partido, que es también una final. Y bueno, y después ya pensamos en el Columbus. Muy obrigado, gracias. Thank you.
Eddie, what does moving on in the Champions Cup mean to the team, and what would a win in the Champions Cup mean for this whole team?
Sí, la verdad que contentos porque avanzamos a la siguiente ronda, estamos trabajando duro, este es un lindo torneo y la verdad que todos soñamos con llegar a la final y con conseguir este título que se nos ha ido un par de veces. Bueno, la verdad que contento, agradecido por una nueva oportunidad de estar en la cancha y bueno, como cada partido que tengo la oportunidad, siempre tratando de dar el máximo. Hoy gracias a Dios se pudo sacar el arco en cero, el equipo, el primer tiempo fue un poquito complicado para nosotros, en tema de que queríamos apresurarnos un poco, después pudimos en la segunda parte hacerlo mucho mejor y bueno, gracias a Dios encontramos el gol. A lo personal pues muy contento de estar sumando minutos, de estar ayudando al equipo y bueno, ahora pensar en el partido del sábado y a seguir trabajando fuerte.
Sobre el primer tiempo también trata este perfil, ¿no? Arrancando primero por derecha, estoy jugando por izquierda, ¿por qué se dio ese cambio y cómo te sentiste igual? Creo que la seguridad la sigues dando por derecha o por izquierda.
Bueno, ya un poco de decisiones técnicas, pero bueno, como sea, en donde sea voy a estar tratando de dar lo máximo. Todavía hay algunas cosas por mejorar, pero bueno, para eso se sigue trabajando día a día y aquí vamos a estar preparados para lo que viene y para ayudar al equipo en lo que más se pueda. Bueno, Columbus es un equipo que viene haciendo las cosas bastante bien las últimas temporadas. Han tenido unas bajas grandes también, pero bueno, hay que salir a hacer nuestro juego. Empezamos de locales, con nuestra gente, con nuestra familia en casa y la verdad que vamos a tratar de aprovechar. Va a ser un partido yo creo que bastante lindo, muy abierto, porque Columbus es un equipo que le gusta jugar con la pelota. Nuestro estilo lo estamos tratando de implementar un poco más, de dominar con ella, con el balón y bueno, la verdad que va a ser un lindo partido, un lindo reto y tenemos que estar preparados para ese partido.
El mes de eliminatorias, como todos los jugadores que vienen de primera cuando se cae la selección de Colombia, no sé si has tenido acercamientos con el cuerpo técnico en estos momentos, pues dentro de ese radar de jugadores en el fútbol internacional, ¿cuál es esta?
Bueno, de momento pues ningún acercamiento, ninguna comunicación, pero uno siempre lo sueña, uno siempre trabaja y pues lo más importante es en ese momento pues rendir con el club, estar día a día preparado y con la ayuda de Dios que llegue la oportunidad. Creo que todos lo soñamos, todos lo queremos y es lo más lindo que cada jugador puede vivir, así que nada, seguir trabajando fuerte, con muchas ganas de mejorar, con mucha humildad y esperemos que con la ayuda de Dios llegue esa oportunidad. Bueno, la verdad que contento, agradecido de tener este tipo de jugadores que nos siguen ayudando a crecer, nos siguen ayudando a mejorar cada día y bueno, desde que llegué a LAFC siempre ha sido un lindo reto representar este equipo, representar esta familia y es un equipo que siempre sale a pelear todo lo que juega, ¿no? Entonces estamos preparados, soñamos con muchas cosas y en este inicio de temporada ya estamos viviendo cosas y partidos decisivos, así que nada, seguir preparando, seguir trabajando fuerte y seguir afianzando este gran equipo que tenemos con mucha ilusión y muchas ganas. Bueno, la verdad que muy agradecido por la forma que tienen con nosotros, la verdad que siempre están para ayudarnos, para todo, ¿no? Adentro de la cancha, afuera, son unas grandes personas, excelentes jugadores, yo creo que la carrera que tienen es remarcable y bueno, contento de tenerlos como compañeros.
¿Cómo manejan la presión? Según la revista Forbes, son la plantilla más cara de la temporada y seguramente querrán ganar muchos títulos esta temporada.
Sí, el LAFC siempre, desde que empieza una temporada, siempre nos planteamos en pelearlo y pelear todo, ¿no? Se va trabajando partido tras partido, yo creo que es lo que tenemos que demostrarlo, seguir afianzándonos, demostrar nuestra idea de juego y poder dominar los juegos de esa manera, con nuestra idea, aprovechar en casa todo el apoyo de la gente, todo el cariño y bueno, esperemos que este año el LAFC pueda mantener el nivel que ha venido teniendo los últimos años y que las cosas salgan bastante bien y podamos pelear todos estos títulos que tanto soñamos y queremos todos.
You've been with this club since the beginning, basically. We've made the final twice in this tournament.
Yeah.
What would it mean for you to be able to not just go back to the final, to win the tournament? Does this tournament mean something a little bit more than some of the others that LAFC plays in?
Yes, I think this is a big tournament and we almost there twice and yeah, we start again, we'll try again and everyone is ready to do the best to help the team, to do it for everyone together and yeah, we are happy to be in the tournament, we're happy to play with really good players and yeah, we will go in game by game, trying to do the best and trying to bring that trophy for us, for LAFC, because we've been so close and yeah, we got a new opportunity.
Thanks, Ed.
Thank you. That's it. Thank you. That's it.